Season 11 Paragons is bringing in new support units. Let's talk about the unit releasing with the new season on day 1, the Alchemists. Before that, this information is from the preview event. Some items are potentially going to change for the release, and some will change due to localizations. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into it. Alchemists are a 3-star Silver Era unit that will cost you 120 leadership in your warband during Season 11. They are a die-hard support unit, but before we get more into that, let's take a look at unlocking them. Alchemist Stage 1 of challenges will give you 15 unit medals and the 3-day contract. Stage 2 is another 15 medals with the permanent contract unlock. Stage 3 is 20 unit medals with the Alchemist's First Aid Doctrine, which gives them the Heal Over Time First Aid unit order. Stage 4 is 20 more medals and the Avatar. Alchemists sport 3 traits: Paragons. For the duration of Season 11, this unit's leadership cost is reduced by 10. Courage in Adversity. Alchemists will not actively attack the enemy when using Healing Hands or Blinding Smoke. When given an attack order, they will wield their knives and fight like a melee unit until ordered to use Healing Hands or Blinding Smoke, at which point they will put their weapons away once more. Dress Code. This unit can only use attires exclusive to it. There are 2 formations. Dispersed. The unit forms a spread out square formation to lessen the impact of ranged attacks. Line. The alchemists spread out somewhat into ranks. There are 2 default unit orders for alchemists. Healing Hands. The unit will set up and remain in the designated spot to give a powerful healing effect to any friendly wounded unit sent to them. Blinding Smoke. The unit throws a special smoke canister at the designated area, creating a temporary smoke screen. The smoke will temporarily slow down affected enemy units and reduce the accuracy of enemy firearm units. Alchemists have 3 Veterancy lines. Before the lines, they get a 3% increase to health. The top line is focused on melee. Some notable nodes are increases to slashing and piercing damage and penetration, as well as getting the oath-breaking effect in melee that increases damage and reduces damage taken. It also has 3 leftover upgrades. The middle line focuses on defense and healing. Some notable boons are the increase to all defenses, health, and the increase to heal and Healing Hands cooldown reduction, or the choice to add 2 more personnel. The bottom line is all about the Blinding Smoke unit order. It reduces its cooldown, increases the max throw range, and increases the area of effect while preventing weather effects. There are 3 leftover upgrades. The middle and bottom lines are both good. I would highly recommend the bottom line. The Blinding Smoke's impact on ranged units' accuracy is massive, as I will show later in the video. The middle line is also great if you don't or can't manage to micro-control them to counter ranged units. I would take the top node that improves their health and reduces the cooldown. This will allow you to keep healing allies as a mobile supply point. The increase in unit size is also good to improve your healing output over a shorter period of time. For doctrines, I would run the Alchemist's First Aid Doctrine, Epic Battle Line Doctrine, Epic Mobility Doctrine, Resist Arrow Doctrine, and Siege Fighter Doctrine. The main point is getting the unit order First Aid. Though we couldn't test it, it should be helpful. The Mobility and Resist Arrow help you get in place to counter ranged, and the others are because I have the spaces. Let's take a look at some of the testing I managed to get done and record. I did not use any doctrines during testing. As you can see, the smoke is impressive. Something to keep in mind is that the debuff is applied to units that are within the smoke on impact. It does not work using line of sight. With that being said, the accuracy debuff makes any ranged attack nearly non-existent. It impacts archers, muskets, javelins, grenades. If it leaves the hands or weapons of a unit, it seems to be greatly impacted. The exceptions are mostly unit orders that have no real accuracy. An example is the Imperial musket's volley attack. The muskets shoot straight forward without aiming. This seems to largely be unaffected. Blinding smoke is a powerful tool under the right hands and circumstances. Hitting close quarter Falconettis or spamming the opponent's ranged support behind their front lines could really change the tides of a battle. Another obvious outcome of testing is that the Alchemists are squishy. They died to everything we threw at them. They melted quickly to ranged units as well. Keep them safe behind allies or behind terrain. The heal from Alchemists is going to be great for keeping units on the front line. They do just under 1k per tick per soldier at a time. They did up to around 1050 for healing warlords. I don't think this will change the tides of battle, but having them run in after engagements or sitting in the back line acting as a supply point can help keep the front line engaging for longer. We couldn't test the first aid order, but I would imagine it just adds to this. Alchemists are a support unit that should be a blast to use. Going into testing, I was excited about the healing potential, but I left being the most excited about the smoke. It makes certain ranged attacks so inaccurate that under good hands, it will nearly negate certain attacks, such as Militia throws. I can't wait to get the Alchemists and play around more, trolling all those ranged units. I hope you enjoyed this look at Alchemists. Subscribe so that you know when my coverage of the Banner Guards goes live. With that, until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield.